That ain't the country I'm from. Somebody lying. If America was a person, I'd have to fry their ass up. I tell this Bama like this. You old bitch ass, fake ass, black people you hate ass, make America great again. Y'all was never great ass. Attacks on a foreign country, y'all want us to pray ass. But y'all don't pray for us while police make us to pray ass. Blame minorities, but mostly whites is on welfare ass. So in love with share ass, no free health care ass. Call Serena a man, cause all she do is win ass. Starbucks and Ugg boots, reruns of friends ass. Can't say the N-word, so you call us thugs ass. Or you call us monkey, show Harambe more love ass. Unequal hating ass. Love what we be making ass. Dreadlocks and rap music, cultural appropriating ass. Land of the free, yeah, right, we know you well in ass. Private prison industry, black teens selling ass. Devils in your history, but acting so bougie ass. Won't fix the past, but love.
What's up? This is your boy Brian, and I'm back like I never left. Ba-ping, ba-ching. And what you just heard, that right there was my boy Crank Lucas. He's an insanely talented rapper, actor, comedian, producer. My man does it all. You gotta check his YouTube out. Right there, that was from his album Rap Goals. Just a full-time grinder. I like this dude, man. He sell beats, he does parodies, and that's the guy. Check him out. I have a link to it. Plus, just look him up. Crank Lucas, Rap Goals. And that right there was If America Was a Person. All right, so let me address the elephant in the room. I've been on a hiatus. Your boy been grinding, but it don't look like it, right? And so, for one, I'm in a new location. Got a new studio. Still putting stuff together, trying to make sure stuff sounds right. Because I don't want to sound like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, I want to sound crisp, clear, and I want to make this very, not just interesting, but appealing. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on the grind, got me some more equipment, put some more stuff together, trying a few different things out just to see how this thing works. And let me know what you think about it, right? So, the other thing about that is, like, this is a lot of work, and, like, it's hard for me to talk to myself because I feel like I'm monologuing, and, like, I never want to talk about myself, but, like, just talking with, by yourself, it's a little bit different. So, I tried to get my daughter on, I tried to get her on. My son was down here. I tried to get him on, but he's a little shy. We're going to get it together so we can pull it together. And really just show that conversation, because I think that works well. I think conversation with one or more persons work well versus somebody sitting up here and talking and you fall asleep listen to them talk. As I work on my craft, as I work on my presenting, it'll get better. Trust me, trust and believe. But yeah, your boy is he's talking to himself, and if you don't know, if you want to talk, let me know. If you want, I've been doing this whole thing with video casting so we can have a hookup. So if you would like to be on the podcast, hit me up and let's do it. All right, so this week, I'm just going hard. I'm just going to go right into it. I've been trying to help my daughter understand, and my son understand, this capitalism trap. And when I say capitalism trap, I'm saying, I've always kind of been outside of the box. With my granny's help, I've learned a lot of things. I learned, she put me up on game, right? So before I bought something, she would ask me how I'm going to pay for it. And I was like, yo, what do you mean how I'm going to pay for it? But what she's saying is that whenever you buy something, it should really pay for itself, right? So a lot of my electronic equipment and a lot of computer stuff that I get, I calculate the cost by how long it'll take me to get that money back. But let me rewind this a little bit. So the capitalism trap is when you working, but you only working to pay bills, and then you working extra to take a vacation, or you need a break, but it only sets you behind. You see what I'm saying? Like what I've always called it was hustling backwards, or living to work instead of working to live. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to give y'all some tips, or well, some understanding of it, right? So if you can't live without working, or if you can't turn down work, then to make it, you got to look at your finances. It's like I see a lot of people that make a lot of money and then they spend a lot more. Like if you make $100,000 but you spend $110,000, you're still running a deficit. And credit cards and all the interest and stuff that pile up, you can't look at things. What my grandma used to tell me too is like, look, what it costs to own something, right? My grandma had 7 houses. She was an advocate for owning things. So when you get into what you can afford and saying, hey, you shopping for a monthly payment versus you shop for how long it's going to take you to pay it off, or how many hours you're going to take to pay it off. That's the way they get you. It's like, don't break it down. Hey, it's only $60 a week. No. Like, I want to know what it takes, what it's going to cost me to own it. And another way that I look at things, and I know I'm kind of different the way I look at things, is like, how much of my life am I willing to trade for this car or this house? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much of my life am I willing to trade? And always remember, it's only worth what a person is willing to buy. Right? So if they say, I don't care what people say the price is, I'll tell you what I can pay you for it, or what I'm willing to pay you for it, and we'll go from there. But at the same time, you can't maximize your income with outcome, right? So don't do that. Don't find a way where you can kind of control your expenses. And I'm gonna tell you, it burns sometimes doing it, because you start saying, dang, do I need cable? Do I need an unlimited telephone plan, right? But with that being said, I'm gonna just drop a plug for my boy Kente. He put me up on Unreal Mobile, and it's unlimited internet for $10 a month. So, like, really look at where you want to be and how you spend your money, right? And understand that, yeah, you can make money, but you can also spend more money than you make. Like, I have to tell people, like, yo, if you bought something on a credit card, don't spend twice. Don't spend the cash and pay with a card. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do. And then, for one, check your bills. Like these, Comcast is notorious for dropping an extra $5, $10 on there. And I know people are like, man, it's only $5, $10. But at the end of the day, at the end of the month, if everybody paying an extra $5, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And they know that. If they can get an extra dollar out of you, if they got 30,000 customers and they get an extra dollar out of them, that's $30,000 a month. So I'm just saying, understand your economics and make it work for you. With that being said, I was talking to my boy Kente again, and I was like, hey, what's some indicators for the economy in the hood? When I say in the hood, I'm talking in black neighborhood, because we are very, very different with our finances. Like, we can get new stuff but not have the money to pay for it, right? We'll get when we like buying a new car, right? We could buy a new car, but then after year one, whatever, that car is over grandma's house in the garage until they stop looking for it. So we was talking about indicators and how we could start. Well, my goal in one of my projects is how I can give some health indicators of the market in my community. And so it's really hard because like you can't do corner stores, right? Because corner stores don't report earnings or anything like that. You can, I guess you could look at the government indicators like how many people applied for EBT benefits, bridge card benefits, and stuff like that. But I was trying to find some indicators that might be a little bit more creative. So is it Jordan sales in the community? But I don't know if Nike reports sales, right? So if you have any interesting facts where I could kind of get some information that's readily available, let me know. Because like I was looking at, I wanted to look at utilities, but I'm not sure if utilities report past dues, partial payments, because my people will put something on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know my light bill $90, but if I put $60 on it, then I'm good, right? That's just the way we do it. It just happens like that. So if you have anything, let me know. Hit me up, tweet me, NNUTS UN on Twitter, Instagram, same thing. So that's that. So now I'm gonna kick it into sports. LeBron James opened up a school. When I say open up a school, this young man, I can say young man because I'm older than him, right? It's definitely one of those reach one, teach one people, right? So he is from the school of saying, look, I'm going to fix the things in my past that I feel have hindered my success or that wasn't right. So when LeBron James opens up a school and like it's third grade and fourth grade, the only thing that really bothers me about it is they say, hey, you get a free bike, you get free uniforms, you get a free, and for real, it's not free. Somebody is paying for it, but I think it should be like we furnish uniforms, we furnish bicycles, we furnish. So it's all these initiatives that LeBron James and his team put together. One of the greatest athletes. I gotta big up LeBron because that's just incredible. Being a person that volunteers serially in schools, you can never do enough for education. Never do enough for education. And we're going to dispel that myth right now. Education in the United States is not free. It is deferred. So you people that keep talking about people coming to get these free services, it's not actually free. Like right now I'm paying property taxes in 2 states to fund the schools. And I don't have a problem with paying it forward because it is what it is. Public school helped me out. The teachers, I had some wonderful teachers, and I just want everybody to understand that public school is not free. It's deferred. And you should not be able to take your money out of the public schools, if you went to public schools, and say you want a voucher for a private school. Because that's not paying it forward. That's you being stingy and saying, hey, the public school is not good enough for my kid, but I'm going to take my money and go somewhere else. No, dog. Your neighborhood, your school, pay it forward. If you don't like the way it's running, then guess what? Be an active participant. Be that watchdog. Be that whistleblower. Make it happen. Captain, you hear me? You feel me? All right. Another thing that went on in sports was like, they opened up sports betting. And like, it's wide open, people. And this kind of goes back to the economics. But if they're going to allow betting going on the sports that you watch, I see it as an opportunity. I'm not sure all the opportunities that it is to actually get in this market. But if they're talking real time stats, if they're talking bet bet clearinghouses, if they're talking money transfers, fintech, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all these things that's going to be opportunities for my people to get in on it. So like, let's get creative. Let's make this betting thing our thing. Like, my people created the numbers, right? And it's a beautiful thing when you can see numbers and create an opportunity for, well, I guess the lottery is doing it for the school, but that came from us running numbers. That came from our people figuring out, hey, like, if we combine, if we look at the last three numbers of the stock market, we can make some money. So I want to open that up. Anybody that got some ideas, hit me up. They're talking about in-game betting, so that would be one of those things that you could look at and kind of see if there's anything where we can gravitate and build around that. Yeah. So now, in technology, like, I really want people to understand that, like, viruses I guess what they call hacking is what we call pimping. Like, you got pimped. So like, or you got swindled. Like, hacking and these viruses, like, yo, stop sharing stuff that you don't know nothing about, right? Or like, stop clicking on all this free stuff, because at the end of the day, some of the free stuff they're gonna have you paying for in the long run. So like, I know that everybody heard about the Facebook and the analytical company that stole the data of people that were doing these surveys. Like, yo, stop helping these viruses. Before you share something, think before you click on that video. Hey, I seen a naked video and it's all over the net of you. Like, know that you don't have it. You do know where that naked video is. At the same time, yo, we need to stop spreading these viruses. And they really getting more creative and stuff as it goes on, because that's the way of the world, right? You can't keep running the same game, like, right? So you gotta. I can't believe that they're hacking people over the phone. So they call my granny, and it was like, yo, you got your oldest grandson, and if you don't give us no more, like, he so what? How did it go? It's like, yo, we have your oldest grandson. He's in jail. They didn't offer any names, right? So, and then when she said, who, Brian? That's when they said, yeah, Granny, is me. But they said I had hit a pregnant lady, and I was going to jail for like second-degree murder because the baby died or whatever. People, the IRS don't call you; they come and get you. They got agents that come and knock at your door, and the first thing that you're gonna get from the IRS is mail in your mailbox. So stop letting these people IRS you. I'm talking about you owe $3,000 and that you don't get off the phone with them. And if the IRS is calling you and they sound like they from India, yo, that's a definitely no-go. And some of the questions that you can ask them is like, hey, what tax year are you talking about? And what was my adjusted gross income on that year? Like, do not divulge any information. But just test them and say, hey, what's my last four? Right? What's my last four? And, get their credentials and make sure when you got them on the phone, if you can write any information that they can use to get with these people, do that, right? So another thing in technology, Apple market value was over $1 trillion. That's the first time ever over $1 trillion. And as your boy is starting to invest more, starting to move my money, I'm in Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethercoin, but I'm also in the market, in the stock market, buying up stocks. I'm actually buying partials. Kente put me up on I forgot the name of the app, but it's dope. It lets me buy partials, and I can see my money grow. I'm already at 5%, and I only been doing it for 30 days in this account. But yeah, $1 trillion. But again, people, it's only worth what somebody paying for it. So if you buy iPhones and stuff of that nature, understand that you're the reason why they value Apple at $1 trillion. Now I'm not sure what multiple that they're trading at, but yo, we got $1 trillion companies. Amazon is close behind, and Microsoft is another one that could be worth $1 trillion. Jeff Bezos, the CEO and basically owner of Amazon, is the richest man in the world and had the most money one person had in the world at one point in time this month too, before President Trump went after him and his Washington Post, and has really taken shots at him in the news, which cost him money. Side note, I really is playing the market. I'm not sure if he's selling the market short when he says off the wall stuff, talking about terrorists and trying to make money, but I wish somebody would definitely investigate that, because there's no rhyme or reason. Like some of the stuff that he says, no rhyme or reason. You talk about the jobs reports before the job reports on. Did you put money? Like, yeah, I know his money isn't in a blind trust and his kids is running his company. So you tell me what that sound like. Sound like I'm getting pimped. All right. The culture. We're doing this for the culture, y'all. So we have some new music drop that I'm listening to. Her dropped a new HER dropped a new LP. Used to know her. The Prelude. YG dropped one. Stay Gangster. Travis Scott dropped a banger. Astro World. And then 6ix9ine Tekashi, I forgot Rainbow Hair, but dude dropped a single Fifi with Nicki Minaj, and it don't sound bad, but the Fifi and the Kiki, I wonder if they're gonna have a challenge. Don't know, but whatever. Just interesting facts, right? So that's what's in the deck. I listened to Astro World. I haven't really listened to YG yet, but Astro World is Travis Scott. He put in some work. I would say is a definitely listen to. I like HER. She's dropped a few EPs that have been mostly winners. When I say mostly winners, I'm saying if you drop 5 songs, 4 songs is definitely playable and not fast forwardable, then I'm endorsing you. So I haven't checked this one out. I'll let you guys know what I think about it as soon as I do. TV, right? So TV, let's talk about Marvel. I watched Luke Cage second season. Was I impressed? I love. So let me bring this back. I love black superheroes. I love a TV show being carried by all black people and being everything and being enjoyable to watch, right? So this season of Luke Cage, I was a little disappointed because the storyline, but it was definitely interesting. I'm definitely still feeling the vibe. Bushmaster was a really good character. It seems like Marvel was trying to change all the characters, all the villains into more understandable villains. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna tell you the rub in this one, right? In season 2, I think the question is, what's a villain? Who's a villain, right? Depending on who you are, the villain may not be a villain, right? The villain may be the hero. So, definitely check it out. Netflix, season 2, Luke Cage. Wondering where they're going with this, because at the end they introduce some more characters, and I'm not sure which way Luke is going. Do you need a king, or do you need a hero, or are they one and the same? The world may never know. You let me know, I'll let you know. The other show that I watched from Marvel is Cloak and Dagger. This show is kind of all over the place. It's got me asking why, and this is interesting, but why, and what's the real powers here? Cloak and Dagger is on Freeform. Check it out and let me know what you think. I'm definitely gonna watch the second season, because I think that this season was more character development, but it has you asking more questions than answers. So check it out. Let me know what you think. I was not a comic book reader, and I'm sorry, but I know that I did read about this comic, and the yin and the yang, and so I like how they kind of flipped it, because they're kind of, I ain't gonna say side stories to Spider-Man, but they're more of a Spider-Man offshot. But this time they put them in New Orleans, and they put some of that New Orleans flavor in it, some of that Cajun flavor in it, and it kind of definitely hit some of the history of New Orleans in it. So I would definitely say check it out. Last Chance U is they got a new season, different location. They're in the middle of Kansas, I believe. I haven't made it through the whole season. This coach is definitely trying to be the show of the coach. I mean, the star of the show. He's a white guy from Compton. And he wants to make sure everybody knows. I mean, he represents Compton. So I would say right now, I'm saying this is I liked the seasons 1 and 2. I liked the stories behind the students, and being where I'm from, Muskegon, Michigan, Big Reds, you know who we are. What I like is the growth in the people, right? And so, like, after the last season, 2 of the stars actually went to prison in Tennessee. It's kind of tragic, but it's real life. So I'm gonna finish checking this out, and I'll let you know what I think of it after I'm done. But right now, it's kind of mixed. This guy is really kind of trying to be over the top. Like, yo, I'll sell you a story. You want a story? Check it out. Always watching Shark Tank. I'm always interested in what new products is coming and how people think about the world and how they can make things different. Another show that people may not understand but may not know about, but the Prophet. The Prophet actually taught me. He actually put better words in my mouth than what I used to say. Like, his thing is personnel, product, people, product, and process. That's his thing. People, product, and process. And I used to have 4 P's, and I ain't even gonna worry about it right now, because I like the people, product, and process, because that, as a programmer, is exactly what I look for. Blackish is always my show. That's the number A show. Never get it twisted. It was some news with the writer Kenya Burrs, the co-creator. He is leaving to go to Netflix. I heard what I had heard was it was about the show that they didn't show, that ABC or pulled at the last minute. But Blackish Grownish is definitely those shows that you got to check out because it's got a message and it's got some history in there. And like if you ever wanted to know about Juneteenth, they had a whole show on it. It's what's up. And Grownish, I learned a lot from Grownish from watching it with my daughter and her telling me the stuff that went on in college and that late night tech stuff. Yeah. So definitely check out Grownish. It's on Freeform. If you got the ABC app, you can check it out. Yeah, and I watched the Marlon show where he's he don't live with his ex, but they co-parenting. And that's an interesting show. I would advise people to check it out. Let me know. Marlon is kind of over the top at times, but it's likable. He takes some components from Martin, the Cosby Show. Like he took some from some atmosphere from some pieces of a lot of different shows that you might remember. Just when you watch it, kind of think about, hey, is this like a Martin Gina thing or is this like a have to check it out. Movies. Mission Impossible was a very intense movie. I checked it out at the theaters. Tom Cruise really did his thing on this. I would definitely give it a go watch. I want to go check out Darkest Minds. Darkest Minds, when I looked it up, the actor in it is starring in a movie coming out in October. It's called, what is it called? The Hate You Gave Me, right? So check out, and I'll put that link in there. Check out that preview because it's a book. It's from a book. I ordered the book to make sure that so I got the full grasp of it. But yeah, I ordered the book, The Hate You Gave Me. Really powerful story about the trailer put me in the mind of, and it's actually from a Tupac reference, right? Because Tupac, there's a Tupac reference in there. But yeah, The Hate You Gave Me, definitely check it out. I'll let you know how The Darkest Minds work. It's a superhero movie, so I'm definitely down to check it out. Jurassic World, didn't see the purpose in this movie. Basically, yeah, I didn't see the purpose in this movie. The ending didn't really make sense to me. If anybody can tell me the purpose of Jurassic World, let me know. Equalizer 2 was bad, but my man Denzel is still doing this thing, still got them hands, and still, you could definitely tell that they was on a mission in this one. The plot, the theme about it, the books, the reach one, teach one, all in that movie. So like big ups, Faquan, I don't want to butcher his name, but the same director that did Training Day, Antoine Fuqua. Really, really good movie, really good action, and has some other purposes to it. So, I'm almost at the end, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. But I got a new section that I'm going to just kick it with. It says, especially when I'm doing this by myself, the Audacity section, right? Now, the Audacity section, I told you earlier, Lebron opened up a school. And President Donald J. Trump had the nerve to not only call LeBron stupid, but also Don Lemon stupid also. Now, as y'all know, this president is just shock and awe most of the time. So I don't like to give him the credit. I don't like to give him the spin, the energy in this. But like the diversion in this, the diversion got me. So I'm definitely like, I know you're not talking about a man who opened up a school and calling them dumb and stupid. Like, he opens up a school, but he's stupid. At the very least, yeah, I don't get it. and I don't claim to get it. I know it's a diversion, and I know I fell right into the trap. I'm sorry, y'all. Help me. Pray for me. But, yeah. The audacity of this dude to call somebody an idiot while he's trying to build bridges. You trying to increase tariffs. You trying to the art of making deal by doing jackass movements. Like, yeah, like, I'm not going to go on about this because obviously me and him don't have anything. I don't have anything good to say about him. So I'm going to just leave it at the audacity of this cat to call somebody stupid when he's worried about his little hands, terrible feet. And in closing, I wanted to do my hope section. And the hope is like Ludacris actually was a lady at Whole Foods in Atlanta, and Ludacris paid it forward, man. I'll give you a link to it, but Ludacris said, hey, he didn't even drop his name. He said, I'm just a man, I'm just a guy. And she asked him what his name was. He's like, yeah, my name's Chris, right? And he paid for this lady was having a hard time. She's a freelance writer, having a hard time. And when she went to pay, she had some issues paying. So Ludacris was like, you know what? Guess what? Here you go. And that's the light, y'all. Whenever you can see, and it was just a kind act, right? So like, this is when I see hope in people, and I see hope in humanity. So please keep hope alive, and understand that, like, know better, do better, and share. Not just share this podcast, but share the information that you have. So if somebody is looking for it, they can receive it, right? And then when the time is right for them to call on you, guess what? You'll be there to answer the call. All right, that's it. I'm signing out. This your boy Brian. I'm with Nothing New Under the Sun. Hope you enjoyed my podcast. I'm out.